American diet has promoted sugar in part due to a powerful lobby and a huge consumer base. However, it is extremely addictive and linked to many health problems such as obesity and diabetes. This makes some Americans avert from added sugars to sugar substitutes to get their sugar fix. Added sugars are sugars and syrups that are added to foods or beverages when they are processed or prepared. A sugar substitute is a food additive that duplicates the effect of sugar in taste but usually has less food energy. It's about 200 times sweeter than sugar. Some sugar substitutes are natural and some are synthetic. Those that are not natural are in general referred to as artificial sweeteners. Examples of artificial sweeteners include saccharin, aspartame, and sucralose. Besides its benefits, animal studies have convincingly proven that artificial sweeteners cause weight gain, brain tumors, bladder cancer, and many other health hazards. Some kinds of health-related side effects, including carcinogenicity, are also noted in humans. A large number of studies have been carried out on these substances, with conclusions ranging from safe under all conditions to unsafe at any dose. Scientists are divided in their views on the issue of artificial sweetener safety. However, as more studies are being published, it is becoming more conclusive that artificial sweeteners are becoming more harmful and are linked to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is a serious condition that causes higher than normal blood sugar levels. Diabetes occurs when your body cannot make or effectively use its own insulin. Sugar substitutes do not decrease the risk of type 2 diabetes, rather they negatively impact the body by increasing fasting glucose and waist circumference, impairing the body's control of blood sugar levels, and increasing compensatory eating behaviors. One way that sugar substitutes increase the risk of type 2 diabetes is through increasing fasting glucose and waist circumference. According to a research article published on the American Diabetes Association site, only high waist circumference and high fasting glucose were prospectively associated with diet soda consumption. Consumption of diet soda, at least daily, was associated with significantly greater risks of type 2 diabetes. In fact, people who consume diet soda on a daily basis are 36% more likely to develop metabolic syndrome and 67% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than people who don't drink diet or regular soda, found a 2009 study conducted by Dr. Jennifer Nettleton. This may seem damning until you consider that overweight or obese people, the groups most at risk for type 2 diabetes, may be more likely to drink diet soda in an attempt to lose weight. Another way sugar substitutes increase the risk for diabetes is through impairing the body's control of blood sugar levels. A study was carried out by researchers at the University of Adelaide in Australia who wanted to investigate whether large amounts of no-calorie artificial sweeteners altered the ability of the body to control the levels of glucose in the blood. Tests at the end of the 2 weeks showed that the body's response to glucose was impaired. This study supports the concept that artificial sweeteners could reduce the body's control of blood sugar levels and highlights the potential for exaggerated post-meal glucose levels in high habitual, non-caloric artificial sweeteners users, which could predispose them to develop type 2 diabetes, said the authors. A sweet taste induces an insulin response, which causes blood sugar to be stored in tissues. But because blood sugar doesn't increase with artificial sweeteners, hypoglycemia or too low blood sugar occurs, which can cause an increased food intake. A third reason for why sugar substitutes can be more harmful than good is related to compensatory eating behaviors. Dr. Gardner has researched and published extensively on artificial sweeteners. In a 2014 review, he weighed the risks and benefits of sugar substitutes. He noted that short-term studies suggest that the popular artificial sweeteners, when taking the place of sugar, may reduce a person's overall calories, but the benefits were very modest, and sometimes there was no benefit at all. Compensatory eating behaviors, such as when a person justifies having that slice of cake because she drank a diet soda earlier, likely diminishes and in some cases negates potential beneficial effects, he wrote. This leads to obesity, and obesity is linked to type 2 diabetes. As more and more studies are being released, there is greater evidence that points to the dangers of sugar substitutes and an increase in the risk of type 2 diabetes. While artificial sweeteners can be effective in some instances, it is important to weigh in the costs and benefits that come with natural versus artificial sugars. Artificial sugar can increase fasting glucose and waist circumference in its connection with diet soda consumption. It impairs the body's control of blood sugar levels, which tricks the body into consuming more food and causes weight gain. Finally, through increasing compensatory eating behaviors, sugar substitutes cancel out the possible benefits they may give by having less calories than natural sugar. Making a conscious effort to avoid sugar substitutes could reduce your chances of developing type 2 diabetes.